Let's see what goes down. Hello, testing, testing. Seems like my mic is actually working. Okay. Oh boy. Hello, testing, testing. The mic is working. It seems like my mic is actually working. Okay. Let's see who's here. We got Andre here. Frostbite. Uncompetitive. Josh Pratt made a new account to troll me. Real disrespectful motherfucker. If you're not gonna play games, stay away from me. Okay? Simple as that. um couldn't hear anything because my mic was in it was hooked up to the PS4 Pro. I was attempting to beat Final Fantasy, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it today. The bosses are not hard, but they it's like they put certain stipulations there, so you take forever to beat these individuals. They give them either too much defense or too much health, and it takes you at least 20 to 30 minutes to beat them. Or that's what they want, you know. I'm pretty much maxed out. My people were scattered anywhere between 46, no, 44 and 46, yeah. So we max out at 50. Nobody got to 50. I don't know what to do. So I changed a couple things around with Cloud. I give it another chance tomorrow. I think that's the last boss. Just really fucking difficult for no reason either. Um, yeah. Okay. What's going on, David? What's going on, Wrath the Emperor? How you guys doing? I really just want to sit back and finish watching Inuyasha. Um, Actually, I do have to finish that one movie too. What is that shit called? What is it? Justice League Dark. That shit was gruesome. God damn, bro. That's a dark ass movie. No pun intended. Okay, so everybody, well, pretty much everybody's here. Let's get this dude in here. Let's send him an invite, a temporary invite. We do not want this motherfucker littering the Sunday show server with any bullshit. Give him a maximum time of expiration. Oh fuck, I can't think. One time use. It's gonna expire after 30 minutes. There we go. Let's get him in here. Oh boy. I am in no shape to debate anybody, but I'm still gonna do it. Because I don't go back on my word. So he has 30 minutes to join the Sunday show server. I'm going to be waiting in the voice section. Testing, testing. Faces only.
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. What's up with you?
Uh, no, I'm just gonna get through this debate and watch some
Oh
anime.
yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Okay. Faces only. Faces only. Hmm. Okay. You want to start off?
All right. Okay. So, firstly, like any rules of the debate, or no, not really.
No. I really just want to
Epic.
hurry up and get this over with.
Fair enough. Okay. So, so what exactly is your argument to support games being exclusive to certain platforms?
Well, my argument? Well,
Yeah.
exclusives give a system their identity. It's a selling point. And it's not
Yep.
just exclusive games. That could be anything exclusive, like a feature. Like how Microsoft acquired Skype,
Mm.
right before this generation started, so Sony couldn't use Skype again. Sony was using
Ah.
Skype for the PS Vita, right? But
Ah.
they could not use Skype again for video chat purposes on their console because Microsoft had acquired them.
Oh,
Purp-
rest in peace.
Purposely acquiring that company so they could use Skype on their next generation console without any
Mm.
competition, which
Mm.
was a selling point for certain individuals that did use Skype in the
Mm.
early days. But now, as you can see, nobody gives a fuck. But
Yeah.
Microsoft went to great lengths to secure that, and that was an exclusive feature. Um,
Mm.
PlayStation, I can't say the camera because see, Xbox had Connect, but it wasn't
Mm.
doing exactly what the PS4 camera is doing, or it didn't
Mm.
eventually do what the PS4 camera is doing now with VR. So, that's something, I guess. But there's the two different things. Exclusive games are completely different.
Mm.
You have Halo on Xbox, you have Uncharted on PlayStation. It's made
Mm.
by those studios. The studios are owned by the company that make the consoles, again,
Mm.
as a selling point to sell their hardware. Without
Mm.
any exclusive games, I don't see how a, a piece of hardware is going to sell very well.
Well, one way I think consoles can ultimately compete with a set, like let's say PC, for example, is they're much cheaper. Okay, because not a lot of people can like afford an expensive PC, so it would be much cheaper to buy a console. The reason I think though games should be on all platforms rather than restricted to one platform is because then these companies can try and forge a new identity for their platform besides exclusive games. So it gives the consumer more choice where they can buy and play their games. So for example, they could, instead of working on like making more games exclusive, they could like try and improve the user interface or graphics of their console.
Well, look, I was just listening to you, but I got preoccupied. So, first off, we're living proof that that doesn't work. Xbox did it. They did it this gen. I think about 3, 4
Mm.
years ago. They started a migration to put in each and every one of their games on PC. First, Microsoft had a Windows Store where you would have to buy the games. As of
Okay, well, no one
yeah,
uses the Windows Store.
hear me out. Hear me out. As early as the middle of last year, they started to put all their games on the Steam store. Um,
Mm.
it didn't. Nothing really helped. People around the world, United States, European region, the Chinese or Japanese region, no one really gives a fuck about buying an Xbox because their games are more accessible to other platforms. You have some of their games like Cuphead and Ori that are available on the Switch. But again, it's not helping their situation. It's all right to admit that exclusives do help sell hardware, PlayStation is living proof of that. Now,
Mm.
Xbox, yes, they had a rough start, but they ended up doing what people like yourself wanted them to do. And that's not a good example to use in anybody's argument because it proves that it doesn't work. You see what I'm saying? They put their games on
Yeah.
PC, and their top games are on Steam outside of Forza. Gears 5 is on Steam. The Halo Master Chief Collection is on Steam. It's not making people care about Microsoft's gaming console. No one's going out of their way to buy their console because why buy that console if you can play the games you really wanted to play on your platform of choice? That makes their console irrelevant, right? Why would you
True,
buy
I
weaker
suppose so.
why would you buy weaker hardware if you can play those games on superior hardware?
That is a good point.
It defeats the whole purpose of having a gaming console. If that's what
Mm.
your the end goal is for the PC community, hey bro, it makes so much sense, but you can't expect the other two to do that. Nintendo and Sony are not going to go the way of Microsoft. Microsoft has
Mm.
always been a computer company anyway. So for them to put their
Mm.
games back on computers, it doesn't really surprise me. It did surprise me
Mm.
when they said they wanted to be competitive this generation with PlayStation, and they ended up not finishing out the generation before making a switch to putting their games on PC, which completely forfeited any type of victory they could have salvaged. And they fell so far that a brand new console came out in 2017 called the Nintendo Switch that shot past even the Xbox One's total console sold, which is embarrassing. So,
Suppose that is true. Yes.
so again,
The reason I
please tell me how is putting games on a superior platform like the PC, how would that help Sony sell hardware?
I know I said I wouldn't say that shit, but the Switch I saw at the Xbox One in less than a year.
Hey,
All right,
shut that
I'm
shut
good.
that shit up, Mr. J. God damn it. I didn't even know you jumped in here. Okay, so yeah,
yeah.
how does this work? How does this work for the company that does pump millions of dollars into making hardware? How does that work?
Mm.
How do you still sell the hardware if you don't need the hardware to play your games? There's a great migration that I've noticed all generation of
Mm.
people building PCs, people educating
Mm.
themselves about PCs. Now,
Mm.
you have that migration all of between 2013 and 2020. What happens next generation if Sony starts to put more games on PC? They will obviously go the same route as Microsoft. People will
Mm.
stop buying their hardware and they will play their games on the platform that they really want to play it on, which is PC. So, I don't see exclusives going away unless a company wants to kill themselves, like suicide. But, Sony doesn't want that, obviously. Why waste
Mm.
money making hardware if nobody's going to fucking buy it, you know? I don't
Yeah,
see
I
it.
suppose.
I don't see it. So what's the benefit? What's the benefit for Sony to put all of their library of their greatest games on PC? What's their benefit?
Well, they would sell more copies of the game. Okay, because not okay because sometimes like people can't afford to buy like another platform when they're already on one platform. Although okay, I do still think they would sell hardware as, console is still much cheaper than PC. But yeah, I do understand the point they'd probably sell less hardware. That's the thing. Okay. But yeah. Hmm.
Okay. I got one quick question. What about PC exclusives?
Well, PC exclusives I think should be on other platforms as well. The reason there are a lot of like indie games exclusive to PC is because PC is a really easy startup platform. So for these small developers, it's really easy to start up on PC and then eventually move their games to more consoles. Okay, because a lot of indie game developers do move their games to console if they get bigger. One game I saw this with was Dead Cells. That was originally, I think, early access on PC, and eventually a lot of people bought it, and now you can buy it on Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. So yeah, but okay, but yeah, I hope PC exclusives can be bought on console because that would be great. Okay, because I always remember having like discussions with my friends. I'd tell them like, to get this game, but then I'd find out it's not on like their platform, and I'd be annoyed because they can't play it, and I've got no one to talk to about it. So yeah.
So, um, so the end result, again, because I've had more debates than I care to even keep track of at this point. So I know all the talking points.
87 billion debates later.
Probably, yeah, roughly around that. So the way you started this debate,
87 billion.
yeah, the way you started this debate is the same way a few other people started with the same topic. So again, I still don't really understand. We've came to the conclusion that putting your exclusives on another platform doesn't benefit you as the company that dumped millions into making new hardware. That doesn't benefit you at all, right? Now, as far as selling more copies, we just don't know that yet until we get a good example. This summer, we will get a good example. During the Steam summer sale, we will get an example if you guys will branch off from buying cheap games that you missed out on or buy new games to you, like Death Stranding and Horizon Zero Dawn. So
I've actually got a Horizon Zero Dawn on my wish list, so yeah.
We're going to see if people buy it. So that's the thing we've talked about here. I've talked about this with other individuals. Will these games sell the way that you guys say they will if Sony starts putting their games on PC? You're getting two games around the same time period in one of the busiest sales ever on PC, which is the Steam Summer Sale. I want to see. I want to see firsthand what happens. I don't care about the mods. I don't care about the frame rates or resolution. All I care about is if the game will actually do well on PC. Because that's the thing we're talking about. Hey, if you put your game on my platform, my community will support your game. But there's been tons of other third-party games that went to PC that did not meet that same fate. They actually met the opposite fate. They were forgotten. And most people don't even acknowledge that they're on PC.
Okay. Well,
so, I spit some examples at you.
I got one more question. I'm sorry, Jay.
Oh,
it's important.
Yeah.
It's about like, because you addressed indies and everything, but what about those big budget titles? Like, why do I have to build a PC to play StarCraft?
Well, if StarCraft was on more platforms, okay, StarCraft should be on console. If people on console will buy it, I suppose. But okay, because I think people will probably buy games like Horizon Zero Dawn if they want to buy that game. Okay, like if they think it's a good game.
Buy the game, so it did sell 10 million on one platform, so people did buy it. They bought it more than games that are released on 3 platforms combined. So Horizon did what it was supposed to do on one platform that multi-platforms can't do on 3 platforms. Take that into account.
Also take into account it was a new IP.
Yeah, it was a brand new IP. It still sold 10 million on one platform. I think that Tekken 7, everybody knows what Tekken is. I think that game sold 4 million in 4 years or something like that. And Neo didn't do any better, and it went to PC within 6 to 7 months. Neo sold 3 million in 3 years. And again, Horizon Zero Dawn did 10 million on one platform. So I mean,
that is pretty good.
there's multiple examples of a game going to PC and also being on consoles and being released around the same time, and the PC fans just don't buy it.
Nier Automata is another example.
Nier Automata came out the same day on PS4. It just did way better. For whatever reason, people on PC just didn't support the game. We can talk about what was it called? The Blade game with the witch that was whispering in your fucking ear. Hellblade. There you go.
Hellblade
Didn't sell very well on PC. Nobody knows why. Like the game in total, I think sold like 1 million. It was released on PC and PS4 same day. For whatever reason, it did better on PS4. It went over to Xbox. I think it only sold like fucking 50,000 in the first 3 weeks or some shit like that. Like, I mean, I'm all for you guys getting your way, but there's so much evidence proving that once you actually get what you want, you pay it no mind. Like, the games just don't sell the way that you guys said they would among your community, or even talked about or celebrated. You know, like nobody in the PC community, I didn't see anybody posting as much gameplay, let's say, as myself for Neo. You know, very challenging game, very good game. Game did go over there 7 months later, or 7 to 8 months later. And for whatever reason, when it went over there, it was $50, complete edition, all the DLC included. Nobody supported it. I don't know what happened.
Sorry,
Goddamn
Jay.
Jay.
You're debating someone. Sorry, my bad.
Who's
Jump
that?
up. I know it's Adam. I just jumped out for you.
God,
I didn't know you were
damn, the wall talker. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, man.
No, it's
I'll
alright.
Wait, Jay.
Just talk to your walls like you normally like to do.
Jay, I gotta add on to your point too. I streamed Nier when I first got it, and I didn't see any PC gamers streaming that shit when I was doing it.
You streaming it from your PS4?
Those videos are still on my channel.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing right now. I can swap on over to the gameplay, and I could play any one of the multiplats. I mean, I did pick up a lot of so I learned about an indie game, right? And I'm a big fan of indie games. Most people don't know that. But I'm a big fan of indie games. I got that game called Super Mash. I played it yesterday. Did you see it? Mr. J?
What game?
It's called Super Mash.
Yeah,
Super Mash.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Mr. J, you're gonna love that shit. So you get to mix together two different genres of like classic games around the Super NES era, and it mixes together and it presents you with that game. So you can mix together stealth, like old school Metal Gear stealth from the Super NES, with platformer, which is Mario type, and it completes a game like that. Or Japanese RPG, Final Fantasy, with action adventure, which is Zelda. Mix that together. It's a great game. I love those type of retro type games. Amazing game. I think I spent close to 2 or 3 hours on that shit yesterday. Again, it came out on PC first. It quickly went to the Nintendo Switch. It just came to Xbox and PlayStation last week, Friday. I learned about it. I don't know where I learned about it, but I took a big liking to it. I was anticipating it. I could not wait to give them my $20. I think it was like around 12 something on Friday. I ended up paying for that game, and I never looked back. But that's the thing. That's just me. You know, like, I'm going to play any type of game that interests me. I'm just going to play it. It could be multi-plat. It could be exclusive. But I did not hear the Nintendo Switch community celebrate that game. I did not hear the PC community celebrate that game. That's what I don't understand. You guys have good games.
And the Xbox guys don't play games.
What?
Xbox guys don't play games. Sorry.
Fatal does. Fatal played this game. I told him about it. He picked it up.
Okay.
But I just wanted to know, like, is there a specific section in the PC Master Race where I can start focusing on that will play games? Because I understand every PC supporter is not exactly the same. You guys don't have the same amount of money. You're not the same age. You don't all share the same interests. I understand that. But is there any way you could help me and probably the rest of the PlayStation community focusing on the individuals that actually play games among the PC master race?
And I don't mean people like that Tanga guy, because we know he doesn't play games.
No, I'm talking, and when I'm talking about games, I'm not talking about Apex. I'm not talking about Fortnite. I'm not talking about, what is it, the new game with the V. I'm not talking about any competitor shooters. I'm talking about literally just any type of games outside of the ones that people will normally stream in order to get a lot of views. Like anything else. Like,
hell, even Resident Evil 3.
Exactly, man. Like, I just want to know where the people that play games are.
Well, there are game forums, but I don't know. I could try and look around for that, but yeah.
But those are the people that will actually represent you guys good when it comes to begging a developer for a game to be on your platform that is not currently planned for your platform. I don't think that people should raise their voice if you're not planning on buying that game. I've noticed it. I know Mr. J has noticed it, and even Adam. But I do believe
dude.
Developers
me noticing that shit got me banned off Twitter, remember?
Exactly. Developers will end up noticing if someone begs them for a game, that developer puts that game back on there, and then that developer checks in with that individual.
So you talk about, sorry Jay, just chime in. You talk about PC porting some other games.
Yeah, PC port beggars begging for games, not always small, getting their way, and then thinking a developer doesn't acknowledge that they did something good in the way, in light of somebody port begging, and then they go to like a Twitter page that might have port begged and see if that person's playing a game. I've talked to lots of developers, right? Including the developer that made the Super Mash. I tagged them and I let them know I picked that game up. I had already let them know when I figured out about the game. I told them I was picking that up day one. And when I picked it up, it was day one, and I sent that screenshot over to them, and they liked that post. They liked and retweeted it.
Just to ask,
Okay.
This guy you told me, Jordan, right? It's Jordan CS. No, you.
Yeah.
Just a quick question. You planning on getting Death Stranding or Horizon? Just asking.
Well, I have got a Horizon Zero Dawn on my wish list for Steam, so yeah.
So what is the wish list?
If you do get it,
to me.
if you do get it, I'm just gonna say if you do get Horizon Zero Dawn, appreciate you supporting the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Share
Well,
your first fight with a friend.
I was gonna say though, a wish list basically, so like you can, so you basically if you go onto the page of a game, you can like add it to like a wish list if you can't buy it right then and there. So it's like basically a list of games that you want to buy. Essentially, that's it. That's wish list.
So,
but are you going to buy it?
Is that like a layaway type of thing?
That's like Amazon.
I don't know what I know wish lists are there for like all the internet prostitutes to get like fucking weirdos to buy their shit, but I don't know is that for someone else or is that something?
So basically, Jay, what it is basically, if you went onto Amazon, right, there's a wish list in Amazon where you can theoretically add, like, let's say Last of Us Part 2 to your wish list, and it's on your wish list, right?
Yeah.
Basically, I could come along and buy that for you, right? Yep. And then you'll get it through your address. That's what wish list is.
So let me get this straight. So I can put parts of a desktop inside of a wish list that's on my Amazon account, and people can buy that PC and basically fund me building a PC.
Pretty much, yeah, theoretically.
Oh, okay.
They want to.
We should try that out. I think we should try that. Might put some gummy bears in my wish list. Some shit like that.
Bruh.
Some gummy bears.
Yeah, gotta love that. Gotta do it.
Another thing with wish lists on Steam is that for Horizon Zero Dawn, for example, which has no price quite yet, and you can't get it yet, it'll tell me when there's a price to like pre-order or buy it. Okay, that's one thing as well.
That's Steam,
So
right?
I'll know when I can buy it.
That's on Steam, right? The wish list thing you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a good feature, but it's just, look, there are more and more games that are going to PC from consoles that might have been exclusive, even if they're going first party. And yeah, that's the case with Horizon Zero Dawn. Third party games like Neo or Crash Bandicoot. It's just I don't see enough interest once the games are released for them to warrant the type of crying or screaming or begging. I just don't understand it. It's like there's so much noise to bring that game over, but once it's over, all the noise is gone.
Well, I think if they're going to kick up a fuss about it, they should at least buy it. So,
yeah, that's all I'm saying. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Don't act like don't tell a developer you're gonna buy a game and then it comes out and that developer doesn't hear from you. I mean, it's kind of like Santa Claus, right? Like you're writing this message to Santa Claus about all the shit you want, and then once he gives it to you, he's looking at you through this magical fucking globe or some shit, and he sees you're not even playing with the shit that his elves made for you. You like. It's weird that people really don't think developers remember us. Like Adam can tell you, bro. Some developers he met, some of these developers at expos and shit, they actually remember him because he was the guy in the corner talking to a wall. They remember that,
He's also that guy trying to lick everybody's bum hole. But we don't talk about that.
But I'm serious, bro. Like they remember you guys. It's weird that people would beg for a game and then don't think that the developer's not gonna maybe go check in on a few of you guys that were maybe asking for the game on Twitter or anything like that. It's like I don't know, man. I think it's in poor taste to mislead anybody about anything, and especially if time and effort and money is being put into bringing a game from one platform to another just for the game to be forgotten once it's on that new platform. I saw it so many times,
Well, I think we'll see whether Horizon Zero Dawn will sell on PC. Personally, I'll probably end up buying it, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, have you guys played Horizon Zero Dawn just quickly?
Yeah,
No.
I played it. I beat it 3 years ago. Platinum the game. Played the DLC.
Okay.
Completed it.
I've got like
it's a great
400
game.
hours in Horizon Zero Dawn.
What you say,
Is it
Mr.
good?
J? I couldn't hear you.
I got like 400 hours in Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's illegal.
Ooh, that's a long time.
Well,
I haven't even got 400 hours in any game, like, by itself.
Horizon Zero Dawn, it's up there with, like, say, Breath of the Wild and Bloodborne is one of my favorite games this gen. I just like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've played Breath of the Wild, so yeah.
I just like the exploration and the fighting the machines. It's so fun.
Okay.
Cool. To explain my extremely obsessive playtime. But keep going, guys. Great debate. I'm sorry.
Okay, so do you have any other topics outside of exclusivities? Because I mean, you guys are getting your wish. You're not every game is going over, but you're getting your wish. I think the developers just really want you to. I think developers really want to see you guys pick up the game. That's what I think they want. Like
yeah. Well,
at the end of the day, that's what it really matters. Money matters.
Well, hopefully people do buy the game. That's my take, I suppose.
Okay, so with more powerful consoles, even more games are going to come over. I've saw tons of games come over to consoles I never thought we cared about, and I know I still don't. Like a lot of simulation games have came over, tons of indie games. whether they're 2D or 8-bit or whatever. There have been tons of games that have came over to consoles, Switch, PS4, Xbox. I think the competitive scene, let's say like what is it, Counter-Strike, that new game. What's the new game called? I want to
Valorant.
Valorant. That's what it's called. I know I was almost right on that one.
Yeah.
Valorant. So Valorant, something that's not competitive, that's like Star Citizen, with more powerful hardware on the console side. Those games, there's kind of no reason for a developer to say that game can't be played on consoles. I mean, there's been MMOs that have came over this gen and even last gen. I was playing on a PS3. There's no real excuse. It's a little bit different when it's a indie dev or a third party that made the decision to put the game on PC and then they bring it over to console because they know it's gonna sell better.
Damn it, Jay! I gotta add on to your great point again.
What?
To go with that, why the fuck isn't World of Warcraft on fucking consoles?
Yeah, I don't understand that one. That one makes no sense.
Warcraft?
Yeah, why isn't classic World of Warcraft or even the new one? Why isn't that on consoles? But Final Fantasy 14, DC Universe Online, Neverwinter, my other favorite MMO that I played forever, Skyforge. That's another PC MMO that came over. Like, why isn't World of Warcraft? Why didn't that come over? There's no real reason. Obviously, the visuals and the graphics is possible on consoles.
I mean, yeah.
So, is there a reason?
I have no idea, honestly. I think if you guys will buy World of Warcraft, why shouldn't it be on console? But yeah, I have no idea why World of Warcraft isn't on console, to be honest. Yeah. Personally, I haven't played World of Warcraft because I don't know. I'm more into shooter stuff. Actually, I've got the Blizzard launcher from when I bought Black Ops. But yeah, I think that was the only game I got on there.
Did you buy Destiny 2?
Destiny 2?
Yes.
Pretty sure that's free on the Steam store.
Yeah, but the DLCs aren't free. That's what I mean.
Oh,
Wait up, when did Destiny 2 go free for everybody?
It went free last year. When Bungie split from Activision, they made it a free-to-play game.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay. I haven't played Destiny 2 though. I don't know. My friends keep telling me to play it, so I'll probably play it at one point.
As a person that's playing it right now, dude, don't. If you like your life, don't.
Don't play it.
Dude, I have a total of I have a few thousand hours basically combined in both D1 and D2. Don't.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. Any other topics you would like to talk about?
I don't know. I mean, what's your full opinion on the Last of Us 2 leaks?
I'm a gamer, so the game is getting it's day one for me. I did a podcast earlier today, looked at the gameplay again. I'm still amazed by it. 1 second.
Dude, you see that story trailer?
Hey.
1 second.
Alright.
How's it going, Jordan? You make YouTube videos?
No, I haven't made a YouTube video.
I got one question. Why did you want to debate my boy here? What was the reason for it?
Debate?
Yeah.
Honestly, I just kind of wanted to understand his side a bit more. Yeah. That's really it.
I can respect that. I can really respect that.
Yeah. Because I think to truly understand a topic, you have to know both sides.
True.
Okay. So yeah, you can't really you can't really like understand most topics if you haven't heard arguments from both sides, which
Do you mind
is
if I ask how
kind of
old you
why.
are?
Eh?
Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I don't know why. Why do you need to know?
Extremely mature.
Okay, well,
That too much.
not exactly confident like giving away that information, but I can tell you I'm in high school at least.
Okay, that's understandable. I get that.
Mm.
Well, like I'm 27. I've been on YouTube for a
Okay.
while. I've listened to a few of Jay's debates, and a lot of
Oh, yeah.
times when these PC
Mr.
guys
J
get in
sucks.
here, it's sometimes a 12-year-old kid who's just repeating things he heard from his favorite YouTuber. So it's nice to hear
Okay.
It's nice to hear somebody with their own opinion.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, it is nice.
Mm.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's weird to debate as many people as I have, for them not to
87
acknowledge
billion.
that they sound just like the last person I debated. You know, no
Mm.
disrespect to you, but the topic you brought up, I don't know. I think it has allowed me to study that question, and the only other outlook of it is, you know, how does it help the company make money enough to make better experiences, meaning more games, and it just doesn't. Especially if the end goal for, again, only Nintendo and only Sony right now is to still sell their hardware with exclusive experiences tailor made for that hardware. You know, once you give that up, again, you end up looking like Sega, or you end up looking like Microsoft, where you're putting your games on other platforms, and you leave the gaming industry, and you just become a publisher. And if that's what your goal is, it's nothing I can do. I'm just a fan. I just play video games.
Atari too.
Atari
They
also
happened to
did that.
Atari too.
So yeah, I mean, that's it. That's pretty much the end goal. Like, put your games on another platform. People might not like it. They might stop supporting your hardware. Obviously, there's really no reason to. If you have the funds, if you know how to build a gaming PC, you might as well just go buy all your games over there. I've saw so many people do that for Xbox. Even Xbox fans, which is so weird, they defend the Xbox with their lives, and they have, over the course of 2 to 3 years, built a gaming PC. People such as Dealer, people such as Colt Eastwood. We know these guys have a pretty damn good gaming PC. And there's really kind of no reason to even keep the Xbox in the house outside of them just being crazy fanboys. You know, you can play. You can play Gears, you can play Halo.
Yo, Jay, I'm gonna let you know, my Xbox One is a great coaster. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great coaster. I had 800 Xboxes that I put in the toilet and pissed on many times. But it's a worthless system. It's been a worthless system for about 3 years.
Well, I actually have an Xbox, although I don't really use it. I haven't used it ever since like I bought my laptop. I have a gaming laptop, so yeah, I didn't build a PC.
I'm going that route too. I mean, more so because I need a new laptop. That's when I got this one in 2014. But obviously every laptop
lasted you a while.
Yeah, every laptop I've saw is super fucking powerful, and it's all of them are gaming PCs. Gaming laptops. So even if I'm getting it because I need to upgrade and it will help me do better live streams and shit, it will be capable of playing games. So let me just put it this way. Let's say whichever new laptop I get is super fucking powerful, and let's say I get a box of Pop-Tarts and I get Game Pass for 3 weeks. I can't say I won't test that shit out, you know?
Alright.
I can't say I won't.
When that Last of Us greatness comes out. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm fanboy.
Yeah, but see, I don't know, man. I'm thinking heavily about getting that shit next Thursday. But I will say one thing. It's increasingly very interesting to me that it seems like more and more people that pretend to talk about games don't actually play games after they're done talking about them. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like I talk about games while playing games, and I will play games and not talk about gaming or whatever. But I love gaming. I mean, it's
Same.
fucking great pastime.
Yeah, it is.
It's just weird, I see Cult Dealer and the rest of their merry band. They don't play games at all. We know they don't play games. People have exposed their gamer scores multiple times, and it's weird how people can go to their channels on any type of information pertaining to gaming when they don't respect gaming at all enough to play any video games outside of Halo, Forza, and Gears. It's just pathetic.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, I do play quite a few games on my, I don't know, if you check my Steam profile, you'd be able to see that I'm not, like, just not playing games at all. Like, I'm playing like, obviously, I play games every day. It's heaps of fun, like, it's, okay, a good way to pass time, good way to have fun, okay. Multiplayer is good as well. You can chat with your friends, and you can have a laugh. So, yeah.
Oh, bro. That makes me want to play some classic Mortal Kombat. Like, I just saw this video on Twitter. It just makes me want to play Mortal Kombat from the N64 that I played. Oh, man. The first time Mortal Kombat was three-dimensional. That is the first time I ever played it was on an N64.
I know it's off topic, but I got to ask an important question to you, Jay, as your boy. Did you see Justice League Apocalypse War and the Mortal Kombat movie that came out?
Justice League
Apocalypse War.
It's not called Justice League Apocalypse War. It's called Justice League Apocalypse.
Justice League Dark.
Yeah.
Wait,
I was watching it at work. I think it was Thursday. I got to the halfway point. After this, I'm going to download it, put it on a memory stick, and watch it on my PS4 Pro. I got the 1080p download. I'm ready. And then Scooby-Doo is coming out next week, so.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I will be watching that shit.
Like,
I'm fucking ready, bro. I got plans going into The Last of Us. I'm set. I got games that finish up on. I'm at the last boss of Final Fantasy. I'm gonna hop back on Neo 2, finish that shit up. I mean, I'm fucking ready heading into the summertime, man. I got games. Like, I don't even think I need to pick up anything. I picked up shit off sales. I still got fucking Streets of Rage, Mr. J. I don't know if you want to play that.
Yo, dude, I'm down to play that with you. I bought that too.
Just hit me up. I got that. Nier Automata is on the hard drive. You already know I still got finished Kingdom Hearts 3, which I feel so bad about that game because you knew it was supposed to have Final Fantasy characters, and they added them as DLC. So it kind of spoils the whole game for me, knowing I won't see any Final Fantasy characters when I play through the main story.
I'm be real with you though, bro. I think they did that because they were really focusing their attention on the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah, but it's still illegal at the end of the day. I need to get back on the Power Rangers fighting game.
Battle Grid? I bought that too.
Yeah, Power Rangers fighting game.
Yeah, it's called Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. That's a great game.
Okay.
Doom Eternal. You need to finish that.
I haven't played Doom.
Yeah, I picked that up. Didn't finish it. Need to finish that.
You gotta play Doom. It's so
Mr.
good.
J, do you have World War Z?
No, I need to download it.
Yeah, you do.
World War Z.
That was on sale.
That's a zombie game, innit?
I picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battlefield 5. I don't know if you got that.
Nah, I bought Battlefront 2.
Yeah, Jay, you got to finish off Doom Eternal, man. You definitely got to finish it.
It's one of the shittiest
and
games
Doom
out
2016.
there. You said what? Doom
And
2016?
Doom 2016,
What
bro.
about?
Well, go for Doom Eternal, but 2016, man, that's a
Yeah,
short
but
game.
I heard that if you watch
Oh,
Back
yeah.
to the Future 2, you would pretty much know the whole story.
One of my friends bet Doom Eternal in I think like 10 or 15 hours.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah.
Adam beat the game in 1 minute.
Yeah, bullshit.
1 minute.
Nah.
Yes, he did.
Platinum the
How do
game,
you
though.
beat it?
Yeah, he did platinum the
You
game.
platinum Doomed Eternal?
Yeah.
Adam is
Impressive.
superhuman when it comes to these platinums, bro. I swear.
I
to
literally,
God.
I went in after I completed the
Just-
game, Mr. J. I went into that. The hardest trophy theoretically in that game is the 200 kills in battle mode. But like, basically, what I
They
did
still
was
got multiplayer trophies.
yeah, it's got
Bruh.
multiplayer trophies. But basically, like, if you go up against two, like, if you pick to be the Slayer, right, and you go up against two like demons that just don't know what the fuck they're doing, you can basically just kill one of them, allow that one to respawn because you have to kill them both to win the round. And then just keep basically farming kills. But obviously, like, you know, sometimes it might catch you off guard and kill you, and then like you might lose the game. But like, it's not hard really. Yeah, it's a good game though.
Okay.
Like, Doom Eternal is probably one of my favorite. Apart from Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and Titanfall 2 are probably my favorite FPSs this generation.
I'll give you the Titanfall. Titanfall too surprised me with how good it was.
Story was really good, man.
Titanfall
Obviously,
2, yes. That's another game I need to complete.
The only other game I would like to play, like FPS wise, which obviously isn't on console, is Valorant. I would like to play that game.
Why
Hey,
isn't that
Valorant.
do you think that's it gotta come to next gen systems, man? Like, it's no real reason why.
They've talked about it. They said they want it to happen or they want to do it, but right now they're concentrating on PC.
I was gonna say, how do you like actually get Valorant? Don't you need like a code or something? I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, they've got. I don't know if Twitch. I don't know if the Twitch streamers have still got enabled drops, but like that's what they're doing it by. Yeah, I think they've increased them as well, bit by bit, because obviously the servers, as well as like they don't want to overclock the server. Well, they don't want to overclock the servers, but also they don't want to overflood like the game itself because of like this supposed like cheaters and stuff like that. They obviously try and they want you. I think it was like something like they were paying people like, what was it, 100,000 or something like that. So, like, or I don't know what it was. Like they're basically going to pay you money to exploit their game, and they'll pay you. It's like, wow.
Really?
Yeah. Well, right.
Usually when you exploit games, you get hit with a fat ban. Now you're getting paid.
That's it. But like, Riot Games are actually theoretically paying you. I don't know how much money they've got in the bank, but they must have a lot.
But they're doing it to
I don't know.
so they can.
What other games have Riot worked on? I'm not really familiar with their work.
Yeah, I mean, League of Legends is their big game. Obviously, Valorant is their ticket into FPS. They're trying to compete against what is it? Counter-Strike. That's
CS:GO.
Yeah. And obviously, because it's kind of like CS:GO meets Overwatch, or Paladin is another one.
Oh yeah. Have to be pretty good to compete against CS:GO. Like CS:GO's been around since when it came out, 2012.
I haven't played CS since Source.
What about Siege though? I think Siege kind of stands up next to CS:GO.
Oh yeah, Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, or am I being ignorant on that one?
I don't know. I mean, CS:GO and Siege are actually quite different. I'd say in CS:GO, like, because in CS:GO you pretty much just shoot, like, you buy weapons and then like you can't actually aim down sights as well. But in like Siege, it's more tactical and you have to go like much slower. Whereas CS:GO, you can just rush in head first if you've got like a NIGOV or something. NIGOV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Siege, it's basically you win for camping.
Yeah, that's about right. I don't know, 100 hours in Siege. That is basically my strategy.
Camp to win. Same here.
Pretty much.
That's how I got to Diamond one season. So don't go.
Oh yeah.
So, do we have any questions in the chat for our guest? I see it's a lot of people in the chat. I want to thank everybody for showing up today.
Let me start reading the chat quickly. so I can
There's a lot of motherfuckers in the chat. Raph is in there. He's fighting with somebody with a pink avatar. It doesn't seem like he made the effort.
A pink avatar.
Did somebody get somebody just got blocked in real time or something like that? I don't know what's going on.
I blocked one guy.
CJ, you like my shit that I just tweeted out?
Yeah, bro, that's fucking dope.
I mean, dude, I've been hearing that for some time now, and I feel like I would not be shocked if PlayStation are, again, not all of them, but they are trying to groom certain studios within towards the Distima engine, because that engine's really good.
It is a really, really great engine.
Yeah. Nothing
I'm all for anybody using it at this point. I mean, look how Horizon is, and look how different Death Stranding is. I mean, you can pretty much do any game you want with it.
I don't know when
Death Stranding's good, but I love Horizon. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't know when Unreal are going to upgrade their engine to Unreal 5. I know they're working on it theoretically, but
isn't it like at 4.3 or something right now?
Something like that, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'll have to go and have a look. But right now it's at 4, which I
think it's at 4.3 because they talked about it being ready for next gen systems with ray tracing.
I don't know if they will
so it's not at 5, but it's at it's high. They're gonna make sure it's a higher version.
Yeah. You'll get. I know that you'll get this. I know they'll pop their head up during August at the digital GDC event.
Oh yeah.
They'll pop their head up there because that's where they were gonna be, and obviously Crytek as well.
I don't know, man. I mean, with all these competitor shooters, they could come back out with something that they used to do, if you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, Fortnite kind of fucked. Well, I mean, we're not Fortnite. Epic Games again stopped production or stopped. It's what they did. They stopped production on the Unreal Tournament game that they will make, which pissed me off.
Yeah, because it's fucking Fortnite.
Yeah, I know. But like with Fortnite, the way it stands right now, like Fortnite has slowed down, like in the sense where again, their main big players are not playing it. Competitive players are kind of slowing down on it and kind of going to other games.
Yeah, but they had that Travis Scott event, dude. That brought. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know they did. They're doing like a Stevie Aoki. What was it? Fucking Marshmallow Party Rumble shit. I don't know what it is. That thing. Which it sounds great.
And their poster boy still plays it too.
Yeah, they're relying on those sort of things to bump up their sort of popularity. And I'm like, they are slowly. It's like I've been saying for a few months now. Their thing is slowly diminishing to the extent where people are going on to the next thing. It's either they rise up to the occasion with the next gen consoles coming out, or just again they update their game even more, or they actually theoretically think about opening. I would love for them to go back and be like, hey, listen, we're going to go for Unreal Tournament again, because that was one of those games which I looked into a lot, fairly a lot. Because I'm a big fan of Unreal Tournament, especially.
Which one would this be? This would be 5, right?
No, last one was 3.
No, Unreal Tournament 5. That's what I'm talking about. Like they came out with another.
That's what I'm saying though. It'll be theoretically it'll be Unreal Tournament 4. It won't be 5 because 3 came out on PS3. I don't know if there was a 4. I don't think there was.
Bro, that was a crazy game, man.
I think they had Unreal Tournament, Unreal Tournament, Unreal Tournament Championships.
What's going on, Spiky Toaster? What's going on?
They had so many. There's so many fucking games, but yeah, I know one game I'd like to see on next gen consoles: Quake Arena, or no, Quake Champions. My bad. That'd be a good game to put on there.
Listen, fraud. There's actually tons of evidence. I could put it in front of you right now, showing you somebody begging for Bloodborne. Every month of every fucking year over the last 5 years, there has been someone on PC that has wanted Bloodborne on that platform. So it's real ignorant for you to sit up there and act like no one can find anybody on the internet begging for a game to be on another platform.
My homeboy the other day was saying that why isn't Bloodborne on Xbox? Every other Souls game is. I was like, no, it's not.
Demon Souls, bro. A lot of people ignore Demon Souls, and it's so disrespectful. Like,
the thing
come
is, with
on,
the
man.
whole porting aspect, right? We've seen it a few times within like threads on PlayStation, especially the one with Horizon Zero Dawn come to PC. That a lot of people like. I remember seeing a few people saying, "Good, now can we get Bloodborne?" Like it was a sense of it's
You know,
basically
I saw
saying,
people
"I don't give
asking
a
for
fuck about that game.
Bloodborne.
I want
People were
Bloodborne."
asking for
And
Ratchet and
like,
Clank. I saw people asking for Infamous and Spider-Man.
yeah,
Like, we got
and it's
Horizon.
just
Can we get the
like,
2 superhero games
You
too?
know
It's
what
like,
I
yeah.
heard?
Spider-Man game.
I heard
That's
that
if that's
Phil
how you if
Spencer
that's
was
how
gonna
you
make an
answer
Ant-Man game.
if
That's what
that's
I
how
heard.
you answer like that sort of like, you answer that sort of question, man. I'm sorry, that's the most fucked up way of going about it. Like you need a bit more like sympathetic and be like, all right, good, now give us Bloodborne. No, because it's a sense of I don't give a fuck about the game. I want that game. It's like
Yeah, but see that it was a lot of fanfare for that official announcement, and about a week later, people was like, "Well, we're getting this, but I really want Bloodborne." But then I don't know if people gonna go through the effort of paying the $60, 50, 40, however much they charge to make Sony understand that they will actually pay for games. Now again, Sony had their hand in making Neo and Neo 2 obviously, but we all know how Neo ended up. Neo did 3 million in 3 years when games like Spider-Man, God of War and others can do 3 million in 3 days. That was pretty fucked up. Like they wanted that game. It was similar to Dark Souls. They got the game. They didn't support the game.
again,
Oh
like
yeah.
I spoke about this with you before, Jay, with the whole aspect of whether other exclusives will go to PC. I mean, it does for me. It depends on how Horizon does, and I mean, if we're going to count Death Stranding as well, because I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I count Death Stranding because I feel like that game, like in the back of everyone's head, it kind of felt like that game was like it was going PC regardless when it was announced. They just kind of waited on it and let it simmer until it was like what a week or two before the game came out on PC. Sorry, PlayStation, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna do it now. And it's like I don't know why I did that, but like with Horizon,
Oh,
you know, with
Horizon
that
was
game,
all right. The way they did
yeah,
it,
no, yeah,
wait
no,
3
I know.
years, perfect.
With that game, when that game does come out, Horizon Zero Dawn, and obviously PC, you know, get their hands on it, you know, it is that case of, you know, what they're theoretically going to see in the sense of like, does that clarify to the numbers that they wanted it to do? If it does, then I could probably see them doing like another game later down the line, but not like what Xbox are currently doing, where it's the whole, you know, day and date situation, or you know those sort of things. Like maybe a couple of years every, you know, a couple of years later every, you know, so often, and depends on which game they want to go for. Because I feel like that's what they're doing. I mean, they're just testing markets. I've been saying it anyway. And obviously with Horizon Zero Dawn, if they test the market with PC, like I said, right, and I still believe in this, right? It does build a sense of if they were to announce Horizon Zero Dawn 2, how many people on PC will theoretically think about going for a PS5? Even though, yes, their system might be more powerful or not be a better thing for them than the PlayStation 5, like they can still, some of them can still be like, you know what, I'm gonna pick up a PlayStation actually and play it there, you know, there first. If it again, yeah, that's if they do it though. See what I mean? They're kind of touch and go right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Look, I think
I'll talk about it
they
tomorrow.
saw the backlash, and they also noted this is a year where they have to sell their new hardware. And as far as the PlayStation fans are concerned, they want a hardware with exclusives. You give all your games away, and that's the reason why they like buying your hardware. You're not going to be able to sell it to that individual anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
it's probably the best bet to put those plans on a back burner. Last of Us is
Especially
coming out in the summertime. We haven't saw any more development trailers for the PC version. Same thing with Death Stranding. We know it got pushed back to July. We haven't saw any more trailers outside of that one where they talked about the photo mode, and then they ended up having to give photo mode to the console players early. So because they did see backlash from that, They're like, you're giving photo mode to PC people. That's something that console people made popular. You know, like it's just weird. You know, we understand that this is not their area that they're skilled in putting games on PC, and it's like you really just gotta make it. I don't know. You gotta make it appealing to PC fans to support these games, and I don't know how you do it. I think Death Stranding has some pre-order DLC for Half-Life, and like I think that was pretty much it. I don't know what's gonna happen with Horizon Zero Dawn, but I don't know. I mean, how do you sell these games to PC? You know, how do you sell it to them, especially to the ones that didn't have any interest in buying them in the first place? Like, how do you sell this to them?
That is a very good question. I don't really know if Sony themselves could actually figure that out. They probably could. Well, actually, they could probably find some way to do so. But the thing is, currently their brand image is exclusives on their platform. That's pretty much PlayStation. So yeah, I don't know. Depends. I'm not a marketing expert.
Well, yeah, definitely. It does really get to that point. They wanted to go for it, but like,
Adam smells like foot fungus.
They're going into next gen, so they might sort of halt. I mean, they might. I feel like they might do. I feel like they might halt those plans. We're going into next gen because they want to theoretically get those. They want to concentrate on that the sales of those console, that console itself, which they will do. And I think maybe a couple of years down the line, they might consider like kind of opening that sort of opening that door back up again and be like, you know what, let's see what we can do here. I think a lot of companies are sort of looking into individual, into each other in the point where, like, obviously Xbox have been doing this Game Pass situation. They've been focused on services. PlayStation have been doing their normal merry self, of exclusives or the things that are theoretically selling our consoles. Then obviously
Nintendo's been a gimmick.
Nintendo doing the same thing with PlayStation with the exclusive value, but also the sense where
Nintendo's been gimmicky since the Wii. That's
I know. But like what they've been doing though with Nintendo, what they've been doing in the sense of their handheld aspect, right? Even though the Switch is a hybrid console theoretically, like we all know that everyone goes for that console because again it's the handheld aspect, it's the portability. So obviously they didn't confirm it this year because they said there's not going to be a pro model this year, but they didn't really deny it either. So I mean a lot of people suggesting the factors of whenever Zelda comes out, was it Breath of the Wild 2 or Metroid? I feel like that would be a good selling point for them to be like, hey, go for the pro. There's those 2 games on there, or one of those games on there. It's like, cool, awesome.
I think Bayonetta 3 is also going to get delayed over till the next version of the Switch comes out.
I need to research it.
Fuck Nintendo for doing that too.
Agreed.
Fucking Fredo.
I need to have a look at what Platinum Games are doing because they've been doing a few projects, and I'm wondering what's going on with that game.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on with the Grand Blue Fantasy RPG. Like
the fighting game's doing pretty well.
Oh, I know. It's just there's a lot of games. Lost Soul aside, Project Awakening. I don't know how the development's gonna go with the pandemic shit.
I do think too a lot of RPGs are gonna chill on coming out because like everybody's like, "Yo, Final Fantasy VII's out. Fuck every RPG right now."
Oh yeah, bro. I'm having a problem with the fucking boss. I mean, I've resituated everything, but that motherfucker's annoying. Rufus. God, he's fucking annoying. They made like that nigga's just like floating around, shooting shotguns on the ground. He's like super fucking fast. You won't let me hit him. Fucking stupid, man. I'm gonna beat him though. I boosted nothing but my fucking HP. I'm gonna shit on this dude.
Yeah, apologies for just popping randomly in here, though, JayTech, but I will say this because I overheard you talking about the PC version of Death Stranding, whatever you want to call it. Motherfucker, are you legit serious that you think that PC people give a fuck about Death Stranding? Console gamers don't even give a fuck about Death
Hey,
Stranding.
you cut that out.
Hey, that's not true.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
True.
Like, there's people that like it, more power to you, but that game is fucking loads, piles, and trash
I
bins.
know.
But here's the thing. Now, as far as Horizon goes, Horizon's going to be fucking amazing on PC. You kidding me, man? When motherfuckers get in there and start modding that shit, it's going to make your version look fucking irrelevant.
Wait, what?
So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And I think that right there is the reason why PlayStation fans don't want their games going to PC.
Wait, hold up, man. Like, they're both using the disc manager, but don't cuck fucking Death Stranding. I was fucking commenting like, yo, Death Stranding shit, Horizon's good. It's like, yo, yo, they're both running on the same engine.
Death Stranding ain't shit. Well, the gameplay is, the story is fucking
bro.
amazing.
Yeah, man. Fucking, don't talk about Kojima like that. That's my lord and savior, man. What the fuck?
Hey, I played it, beat it, plat it, whatever. It's just another fucking shill of a game on my list.
Hey, fail. Let me splash some facts. How much do you want to bet like that game sold more than fucking Bleeding Edge?
I guarantee.
Bleeding Edge.
You're talking about people buying.
Oh yeah,
it
did
about people,
by a mile. It did by a mile.
You're talking about people buying Horizon for the mod. People are gonna buy Death Stranding just to mod it as a fucking UPS simulator.
That's true. That's true to really push that engine. Man, just picture though, right? Just picture like an actual mod that makes Death Stranding fucking fun. Holy shit! It's a miracle. There you go.
Hold on, bro.
Hideo Kojima, hire those people.
Now I gotta cut you off, dude. You're asking for like something reasonable, not a miracle.
Yeah, that shit's gonna happen regardless.
That's true. That's true. Because what would you put in there to have make the game fun?
This is gonna be. Put some fucking Power Rangers on that bitch. You know, like
what's called? Yeah, I remember I randomly
that would be awesome.
watching,
have a fucking Green Ranger delivering a baby and shit.
What's it called again? I remember the other day I was randomly watching like mods, was it Resident Evil 3 mods, right? And there was this one where fucking Jill was in some sexy cat costume. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, dude. No, like that's the one thing I will say that I do love about the PC side, man. It's like some people create some amazing mods. I mean, the thing about it too, like Killing Floor spawned from a mod on PC. Same with Dota, same with freaking whatever. Lots of shit started out.
I remember like they did that same thing with Mr. X. They made him into like put him in like a mankini or something. I was like, what the come the fuck on, bro.
Yeah, you're Thomas the Train and shit, dude. Like I said, people can get very, very, very creative.
Yeah, they did that.
Especially when it comes to.
I mean, my favorite mod is still every time he walks in, it plays DMX.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That mod's sick. I saw video compilations of that. That shit's hilarious.
Granted, it completely ruins the experience of Mr. X supposed to be terrifying you, but I love it. I love shit like that. Great.
I also firmly believe, too, as well, there, JayTech, that why I think a lot of people, don't want exclusives anymore and why they think that it's anti-consumer and all this dumb shit is because gaming has gotten way too fucking big. The vast majority of gamers don't give a fuck about the word exclusives. The diehards, like myself and you and Adam and everybody else that we know, yeah, that means something. So that's just how we would grow up on and shit.
He's just weird.
Well, what I'm saying is that a lot of people think now that fucking, because like I said, like there were times, and it's still to this very given day that PC still has plethora of exclusives, more than consoles combined. Just the vast majority of them, though, are either little projects that people make or fucking indie devs trying to make it, but no. Power of Dreams is fucking whatever.
Well, there's also a bunch of garbage games over there, like it's like
there's tons of garbage games on PC.
There's some pretty horrid games.
Yeah, big rigs and shit. Yeah. But again, that's always been a common thing since PC gaming actually originally started. You know what I mean? That's always been there. Same with consoles. Consoles have its fair share of shit games every generation. I mean, fuck, look at the Wii.
Hey.
I'm not accepting that.
Hey, I ain't talking shit about the Wii. I'm talking about shit about the actual software that some of the developers made for that fucking
now,
thing.
I want to talk to you about that. Have you ever played this game called Baby Party?
Oh my
Baby
God.
Party, or you're talking about Magic
Stop.
Party Babies?
Yeah.
Yes, I have played that. Yes, I have.
You played it?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
my God.
Okay,
yes, I
well,
have.
all
Yes,
of this
yes.
is illegal. We just kick Adam
Jay.
out for now.
All of this is illegal.
Dang.
Bro, you
And
did
you
not
know,
play
you know
that
what's
game,
scary
bro.
though, right? You know
Please
what the
tell me you
scary
didn't
fucking
play
thing
that
is?
game.
No, I did. I swear to God, I swear on a holy Bible, man. There's some of my subscribers can even back me
Did
up on that.
somebody
I played that shit.
Did somebody hold a gun to
Yeah.
your head and tell you to
No,
play
I
it?
bought it because I saw it in the bargain bin for like $3 at my game at EB Games. So I bought it. I was like, all right, so let's see why IGN gave this piece of shit game a 6.0, right? While
They
shitting
did
on
give it a
God
6.0.
Hand.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember that infamous meme that went around for a while? Dude, I ain't gonna lie. That game was fucking fun as fuck.
Oh, God damn
Raising
it.
my little fucking baby, you can name it whatever you want. I called my guy fucker. It just worked.
God.
You called
It
your
just
baby
gelled,
fucker.
man. Yeah, I called
Todd
my baby fucker,
Howard's,
yeah.
it just works.
Okay, bro, we're gonna pretend like I didn't ask that question.
Too bad, it's already on record, man.
But
Fuck
look,
you, I
man,
don't care.
look, the
I'm
power
not
of
ashamed to admit
dreams
what
is
games I
still
played. Shit, I don't
absolute.
give a fuck, dude.
It's just so much power in dreams. Wow.
You and your dreams, shenanigans, man.
My power dreams. My
But
dreams.
imagine
Adam,
though,
did you
Dreams
check
came to
out that
PC, how much
Cyberpunk
more better
level I
that game would look.
was playing earlier? It was like,
Oh yeah, what the sort of DeLorean looking car?
yeah,
I've
bro.
seen it
I'm
before.
still wondering how he was able to put that many three-dimensional buildings. Like, that was pretty fucking dope. I mean, I would love PS5 dreams.
Yo, let me jump in and say something real quick because I'm cooking dinner.
God damn it.
Yella, watch your fucking mouth, my headset.
Shut up, Mr. J. You want to know what's better than that baby game on the Wii? You want to know what's better than that?
Oh,
You want to know
God.
what's better than
It's
that?
coming out.
Fucking making a baby in real life. Fuck that
Hey,
game.
man.
God
Yo,
damn it.
bro, man. I'm telling you, man. Don't sleep on that game. They should
Fuck
remaster
that
that
game.
game. Ubisoft,
Fuck
heed
that
my
game.
words.
Bro, Ubisoft, they got a lot of L's underneath them.
You know, I
This
want to ask.
motherfucker really just joined to talk about that one game.
You're just noticing that now? Just noticing
I
that
just,
now?
what's called it? I
I've been
want to ask you this question though, Jay, because you don't like Ubisoft.
I
wanna
hate
ask
them
you
with
this
a
question,
passion, bro.
Yeah, I know.
But
I
what
want to
about
ask you a question
Rayman?
though. Would you, after the first day event, right? After what happened, right? A lot of people they're in the discussions of who's to blame, Ubisoft or Xbox, in the aspect of what actually happened, right? A lot of people are blaming Ubisoft over Xbox, right? But then there were people that are blaming Xbox as well, right? But a vast majority were like, yo, it was Ubisoft's fault. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's both their faults, man. They're both of them.
Wait, what's
They're
both
both
their
to blame.
faults?
I think they're both to blame, man. Like, because obviously before the event, right, Greenberg and Xboxes in general, right, were hyping up the aspects of gameplay. I mean, hell, like the actual live stream itself was called the first look of gameplay or something like that. Like, they didn't see gameplay teasers or trailers. They went gameplay. It's like you're promoting that. So obviously there was an article that came out before, like, what was it, a couple of days ago, that before that event, saying what was it? First looks, trailers, teasers, but like, how many people were actually theoretically going to read that? You should have put that in the actual tweet of that fucking event before that shit happened, but you didn't, man. Like, they were at fault.
Hey, well, hold on. So you acknowledge that you did see them trying to change the narrative the day before? Because I saw a lot of articles by them or posts by them on Twitter.
The first time they did it, right, they were talking about gameplay, but if you actually read the fucking thing, it literally said teasers, first glimpses, stuff like that, which is what they theoretically did show, and they're telling the truth.
Yeah.
But going like within the last day, right, Wednesday and Tuesday, right, they were hyping up to the extent where it was gameplay, and obviously Ubisoft were talking about gameplay of Assassin's Creed as well, and it was like, okay, we're getting gameplay, and when you watch that event, apart from probably like Nexus, we can probably say showed like snippets of gameplay. Bright Memory, which I think was the film for me, was only again that technically showed gameplay to me. Like, that actually felt concrete. But again, that's on Steam right now. And then Scorn has gameplay, but they didn't fucking show it because I don't know why. But what else was there? that Sea of the Deep, whatever that game's called, that was gameplay as well. There's some other games, but again, like those,
look,
those
I
main
was
ones.
saying it when we were live. Any game that had smart delivery, we basically saw gameplay.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I said this shit to a few people, and whether they believe me or not, I don't give a fuck. But that event to me felt like a big promotion. I know a big promotional push for Game Pass and smart delivery.
Yeah, it was.
That to me,
And
yeah.
as you can see, it doesn't seem like we wanted to see that. I mean, we know what Game Pass is, and I guess Colton Dealer did their job talking to thousands of Xbox fans about it.
I will say this, right, and this is not me cleaning up those guys' mess, right? But I did watch their podcast, right, just to get their views on it, because I wanted to know, because there are a few Xbox guys that literally called it for what it was, right? And those guys, even though they did say that, like, you know, the aspect of streaming it in 4K 60 frames, that was their reason, and that it might have been better. They did call it out to the extent what it is, which was it was shit. It was bad. Like they thought they could have done a better job, in which you gotta give them props. Like they call it for what it is, right? If it's bad, they will call it. But obviously, they do. There are times where we hear Colton Dealer and some of their other guys that are on that podcast where they might overstep certain things and say stuff in which other people don't agree with, and it just becomes this thing of like, you know, are you in the right for saying that? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, but at that point in time, at that event, off that event, they did say the right things. I think they weren't lying for their tears. They weren't saying bullshit. They were literally saying that wasn't good. They could have done a way better job. They might not even have to do an event like that. Yeah. I mean, I've been seeing on Greenberg's post that they should not do like a streamed event in July. They should pre-record it and upload it so that it's in 4K 60.
Ooh,
I'm like, yeah.
I watched their live stream and they did say that. I did hear them talking about it a lot.
Yeah, they did.
And I agree, but I will say one thing. Aaron Greenberg needs to take a step back because he's just a big old fanboy. And he hyped that shit up in real time.
Yep. That's the thing. That's the thing about being transparent.
Before you see any of the gameplay, you're expecting it to be good. The way he was hyping it up. He was really hyping that shit up. And he was one of the people after the shit saying that people's expectations were misplaced.
Yeah, they're high. Again, like the thing is with this whole situation, right? And I said this before to you, right? They've been very vocal, right? They've been very transparent with what they're trying to message, which is great, obviously, for Xbox fans, right? They're doing a good job on that notion. The problem is with the aspects of being vocal and transparent is that sometimes you can be too transparent to the point where I'm vocal, and that could theoretically fuck you, right? It can come back and bite you in the ass. And if Xbox are presumably going to be doing this leading up to the launch of the console, this won't be the only slip up on their roads. There will be many more where they slip up, and there will be a point where they will start to slow down on what they can deliver on when it comes to information. Right? You can only talk about that console for so much, for so long, and then after that, it's like fuck, we're burnt out. What can we do? It's like we can't do anything. And if I don't know, Sony start to ramp up their sort of plans, and they haven't got nothing to show. It's a sense of, they can't blame anyone but themselves. It's just one of these things where you have to.
This is what I wanted to ask. What is happening in June? Because it seems like they are putting their focus in July. And
in June, they are focusing on the Series X, the Series, presumably reveal the Series S. I thought they were doing something with xCloud in June, but apparently they're not. I don't know about that. But their main focus really is to do with the Series X and the Series S. I'm probably guessing they're gonna do like the final touches on the X, and then obviously reveal the S, and then reveal the prices of both systems as well as the dates. And then they go into July, and they're like, hey, listen, this is the thing that's going to sell our console. And hopefully, those games that they show in July are, well, theoretically, they're good enough to be like, okay, I want to go out and buy a Series X. Otherwise, why should I? Or, well, no, actually, no, better yet. For them, it's more in the sense of, we want you to invest in the Xbox brand, not the Series X. They want you to be a part of the ecosystem. That's what they care about. But obviously, to fanboys, Xbox fanboys, and girls, whatever you want to go with, they want them to theoretically sell the Series X, which they will do, but their main focus is getting people within the ecosystem, whether it's the Series S, the X, or the Xbox One brand. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like again, like I'm looking forward to what's going to actually transpire, because this is the first time they slipped up, and like people were trying to like sugarcoat it. I'm sorry, you can't. Like they kind of dug their own grave, and it was so they got in it, but they didn't necessarily fucking bury themselves alive. You know, they got out very easily, dust themselves off, and they go back and they roll again. But for the time being, you know.
So, was there any games during that conference you guys actually fucking liked or no?
Yeah. I think Bright Memories are one of those games. Nexus was one of them, and I did like the Medium. That was an interesting game, but the thing is that they did show snippets of gameplay.
And it didn't match the cinematics at all.
Yeah, exactly. They did show snippets, but the problem is...
Well, if you ever played a Blubber game before, you should know what to expect from Blubber Entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously that's an exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
the game will not be on Xbox One.
I'm gonna say though, right? That was about, but the thing is that's an exclusive to third party. Well, that's exclusive, right? They to Xbox, and I'm thinking to myself, if that's exclusive, why the fuck do they say this is a third party event? That's an exclusive. That should be in your July event, not here. I just
don't.
Well, it is third party because it's only a timed exclusive. It's going to eventually be on the PS5 and
shit. Okay.
Just like Blair Witch and whatever you want to call it.
Okay. I thought. I don't know. I mean, like I said, the main two games are Bright Memory. I thought that one guy that's behind it. What's his name? Yang. I think his name's called Yang something.
Yin Yang.
Like.
Yeah.
Told you, JayTech, I played that shit, brother.
Something. I don't know. I know the second name, but I don't know how to pronounce it in the pronunciation. But he this is a solo guy making a game like that, and he's done a pretty fucking cool job. It's rough around the edges, but it's like a mashup between Timefall and Devil May Cry. It's a nice little thing. And then obviously Nexus, Scarlet Nexus, which looks fucking amazing. I like that.
Oh my god! Don't get me started on that, bro. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you like the Yakuza games, I'm not a big fan of Yakuza, but that's another game. If you like that sort of, that's cool. Yeah, man.
They look. I won't sit up there and lie. I said it when we were live. They had a good amount of hits.
There were some cool and interesting games. That's what I say. They weren't mind-blowing games.
Yakuza,
cool,
good. Scarlet Nexus, very good. The Medium, very interesting. It gave me Alan Wake and Silent Hill vibes.
It would do, because the composer is on
it. And I think that's a good game for anybody to have. I like that type of game. We haven't had a lot of those. So, I mean, it probably was maybe one or two more games that were... Oh, what was that top-down twin-stick shooter?
Ascent.
That one. Yeah, that was good, too. So... I don't think it was horrible, but I guess if Xbox fans also agreed it was bad, they wanted it to give them enough ammunition to use.
That's what I would say.
Huh?
It was an average show. It was just an average show.
Yeah, but it was better than any other inside Xbox.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
It was the best.
Not their XO19. Their XO19 inside Xbox was better.
Illegal. We don't care.
Do you count as an inside Xbox? I don't.
Yeah, I don't count that.
Well, it was an inside Xbox event, so that's why I'm counting it.
If X didn't give it to you, Fatal, it's not an inside Xbox.
No, it is.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is, Jay.
Shut up, JayTech.
Again, I think
not,
listen. I know
Aaron Greenberg's not there, bro, with his arms crossed.
I understand that Greenberg's the hype man, but sometimes I'm not trying not to be rude to the guy, but like he got to keep his mouth shut sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
oh well. First of all, if people got fucking overhyped because fucking the way Aaron Slobfucker was sitting there freaking talking, hyping that shit up, that's your own stupidity, motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's your own stupidity.
I mean, the what's called good? Because I'll talk about this tomorrow, man. But like when that show started, right? The thing I found hilariously funny was the sense of this is a third-party event, right? Just when you're talking about third parties, after he briefly mentioned third parties, he talked about first parties and how they're coming soon and July event. It's like, dude, most people know about this shit. Stop fucking focusing on your first parties. This is about the third parties. Not unless you don't have confidence. And a lot of people, I remember seeing in the chat, like, does this guy have confidence? Like, I don't know. And then after the event, like, people were like, yo, I don't think Xbox really had confidence in this lineup they're going to show. And, like, I don't know when it was, but it was after that lady kind of spoke a little bit. They brought up, like, what was it, 100-odd studios working on an Xbox Series X. Like, it was kind of a sense of when they threw that up, I was like to myself, is that trying to like sort of cushion the blow of like we've got all these people like working on our console? Like we don't give a we know these people
exactly, bro. We know.
But again, they did the exact same shit at the beginning of every generation. We saw Nintendo's E3 showing when they showed all the developers ready to be helping out. That's nothing new.
That's the problem. I never really get when like whether it's Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo or whatever. Like you'll come out and do that. It's like, dude, like, all right, you're showing all these brands, right? But how many people are going to be like, oh my god, I'm so amazed by it? It's like, no, like you know
what I don't like about it is, yeah, okay, we know these brands will be working on your hardware, right?
I mean, someone made.
We don't know if they have any games in the works, and that's the question.
Yeah.
Do they have any games in the works for your system right now? And I think that answer is probably no. There was a lot of people on that little screen, and I swear most of them motherfuckers don't have any brand new next gen games that are ready to run on your hardware right now.
When I saw that list, the one thing that did intrigue me, right, was the sense of these were all third-party studios, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a look at every single one of those studios to see if there's any studios that are theoretically left out. Because that could give you an indication as to maybe who got bought by Sony or Xbox. I didn't see any of them. But I was like, okay, most of them... All right, so some of them haven't been bought. I'm like, okay, interesting. All right, cool. But, like someone made a joke of, saying Naughty Dog's not on that list. That's good to know. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. They were just making jokes. So I was like, yeah, that's true. It's funny. Get a laugh. I was like, yeah.
Hey, man, at the end of the day, all that matters from that freaking shit, dude, man, is that I saw shit that I wouldn't mind fucking playing.
I think, what the thing is as well, right, to add on to this sort of subject, right, is sense of, like, when it comes to next-gen consoles, right, I understand people are looking towards the graphic fidelity and obviously the frames and stuff like that, but people also got to understand that I think it's, like, how devs are going to theoretically use the power of these consoles, and it's a point of don't be surprised when you see games look like, current gen games on PS4 and the Xbox One go to the PS5 and the Xbox and the Series X, but they are bigger worlds, and again, they are utilized in bigger factors like, polygons, as well as, like I said, like levels, depth, that sort of thing, as well as, textures and what bits and bobs. Because that's what they're going to do. Like, they're going to go down that route. Some games are. Some of them, like Last of Us, which are linear, right, and sometimes wide linear, are obviously going to try and set those benchmarks. And obviously, like, Horizon Zero Dawn has been mentioned to be the next graphical benchmark for, console gaming. I'm like, that sounds great. But, like, until I see it, I'm not saying a fucking thing.
Yeah, I think that I'm getting really, really tired of all the clickbait about a game. Like, I saw that shit too, and I was like, I know it's clickbait because I know Sony's keeping that shit tight, even though it's assumed that we're getting that sequel. But it's like, come on, man. I'll tell you right now.
That was one of the reasons that was one of the reasons that this is one of the things that's actually going to benefit, Disma Engine, right? Was the sense of after when this Disma Engine was used for Horizon Zero Dawn. Disma's been around for a long time, but this was then like people started taking notice of Disma. Like a lot of people, not like just a handful, right? They got Kojima to obviously, they asked Kojima, what he wanted to use, and obviously he took the Disma Engine, right? He then used that for Death Stranding, right? You look at the Disma Engine from Horizon Zero Dawn to that game, right? He theoretically did a major improvement to that engine because, again, of the game that he wanted to make, but also his input. And it's a point where, not forgetting that there was, I think, roughly around 50 to 60 personnel from Guerrilla Games that worked on Disma, right? On Death Stranding. Helped him, theoretically. And they've gone back to Amsterdam at Guerrilla in the new studio to take what they've learned from Death Stranding back to either Horizon or Dawn or whatever they're making, theoretically. And it's the sense of, I mentioned earlier on.
Oh, great. So now we're in Horizon Zero Dawn 2 picking up packages now?
No, I'm not saying that, bro. I'm talking about, again, how they utilize certain things. And now you've got Ben's Studio, right? Ben's Studio, I've heard from a few people that I personally know, that they are being groomed to be using the Disma engine. And it's like, I asked them why, and it's a sense of, it's the perfect fit for them. And obviously, when they were making Days Gone, they were wanting a very simple engine to work with, which was Unreal Tournament at the time, and it worked very well. The Unreal Engine, I feel like... yeah, I mean, dude, man, Unreal Engine, if you have the right people using that engine, it's a fucking great engine, right? With that said, obviously that one's a big one. Disma Engine's a big one. Naughty Dog's custom engine, Rage Engine, which is Rockstar Advanced Gaming Engine, I think it was called, something like that. That's a good one. I've forgot now. Santa Monica has their own, which is very good. I might throw in Dreams as one. Media Molecules one. I forgot what they call it though now. That's an interesting one. But yeah, I mean, one of the ones that I'm wondering. Actually, you know what? I forgot one. The RE engine. That's another one. And that's the other thing as well that people got to start to look into as well, right? I know that not a lot of people like to concentrate on engines, right? But the ones that I listed off are going to be the game changers within, the games that are being made by them. So, if you see, people using Disma engine, the Unreal, or RE, that engine, you're gonna personally that those engines are gonna be really fucking good. And for me, that's my interest in next gen, how those engines get updated and evolve, and what they can theoretically do. Because I mean, as I stand right now, Last of Us Part 2, after the trailer that we recently saw, they have a lot of people were doing side-by-side screenshots from the trailer in September to the trailer that we got recently, and they've done some major improvements to that game. And that's just not that. I was astounded by what they've been able to do over the past few months with their builds. And the same thing goes with what's it called again? The Disma engine. Yeah, kind of thing that I'm looking forward to with Xbox. I wonder how this slipstream engine that Halo's using is going to be how that's going to look, how that's going to act, and obviously Coalition will be using the Unreal Engine. So okay, cool. I don't know what Initiative and Hellblade are using, but I'm a bit. I mean, I would love for them to do their own engine, but I don't think they are. I don't know. I have to look into that. No. I tell you what, though, I heard a recent rumor that apparently, this is bullshit, by the way, because I heard it through people say this shit, that the DualSense controller is going to make the console, the PS5 console, $100 more.
Controller?
Yeah, because of what's it's mainly because of what's in it, and people think that it's going to cost a bomb. It's not. It's
probably gonna cost $800,000.
No.
From what I've been
told, Sony are looking to price that console at $400 because they know they can. And yes, it will be a loss, but based on the profits that they've been making on the PS4 throughout the whole generation, that profit's grown, as well as their software, which are the games, and obviously their services that are looking to kind of match others. They can easily take the loss for the next 1.5 to 2 years and then start profiting. They're fine.
Well,
plus they're only
apparently Sony did sell the PS3 at a loss, apparently, so yeah.
They definitely sold that at I don't know if it was $300 or $200 loss, but again, that's what they sold it at. The PS5 will be, if they sold it at $400, I think it's like $100. I think it's like $100 loss or something like that. Something wrong with that. I think it was something along those lines. So they can do that. They're fine. Yeah. I don't think the controller would. No, I don't think the controller would be that expensive, man. Jesus Christ! I mean, the Kinect was. That thing cost a fortune. I can tell them that much. But the controller, nah. Theoretically, the DualSense is basically like the DualShock 4, except for the aspects of haptic triggers and it built-in mic, and then obviously, USB-C.
So, Adam, do you believe we're getting an announcement that next month we're getting the official reveal? This month.
Yeah, we're the PlayStation 5
I thought we were going to get any type of information. Again, we're going to be on the 10th day tomorrow. So we're going to have about next week, the week after.
Well,
3 more weeks of this month. So
I said the 13th as my Pacific day, but next week, if it isn't the 13th, I'm going to say next week we might get some news about PlayStation 5. Okay. But again,
there's not any other games coming out, right? Nothing else.
No. I mean, again, like from what I can say in May, right, is the sense of, are we going to get like the full splash reveal? No. That is going to be that is in the second week of June. If you want to know, that is in the second week of June that they're going to be doing the reveal of the PS5, where you get the date, the price, and the games. But presumably they're going to be showing presumably they're going to be showing off the console, or they're going to have a trailer or something like that with the reveal of the event sometime within May. Also, Ghost is presumably going to be dropping some gameplay or something to do with that game, because when they announced the new date, Sucker Punch tweeted out that date and also said we've got more to show you in the soon, which is again gameplay. I think it was like something like that. So you have that one maybe coming up in May, and then also for VR people, I hope that they announce the new release date for Iron Man VR. But yeah, I think apart from that, man, I feel
that's a nice burp.
Yeah,
it's illegal.
Yeah, for May.
Jason, excuse me. Apologize,
that's what's happening in May, basically. That's what I can say to you. So yeah, June is the month they're gonna be doing it. Makes sense because June are doing their thing in June where they're gonna be pricing it, and both people, Microsoft and PlayStation, want to know the prices of their consoles, and obviously with Microsoft having 2 SKUs, they want to know more than Sony because they want to be pricing the S at a lower price.
Yes, please.
Lower price, sorry, and then the X at a reasonable price. They basically, theoretically, they want to sandwich fucking PS5. So they'll have the Series X at a lower price than the PS5, and then the Xbox One Series X at a higher price. Yeah.
You think it is a scenario where they're definitely gonna be the same exact price? I mean, nobody wants that, but
yeah,
I want it. I mean, if you're at the same exact price, let's say you release a week apart, there's no excuse this time around. Some people try to say that, hey, the PS4 was $100 cheaper. That's why it won. You know, I don't want any more excuses. Like,
I mean,
you know,
from what I've been told, from what I've been told about the PS5 price being $400, I'm confident in what they've told me with that price, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I know. I think that's going to be the case. And then also with the series, I feel like with the Series S and the X, I think it's going to be $300 for the Series S. Because it gets 4 teraflops. Obviously, it has an SSD. It's got the sort of the aspects of what Series X does, but obviously, that sort of what's it called again, disadvantage or whatever you want to call it, right? But again, like, you got to take into account that they will continue with the Xbox One consoles, but they will theoretically be, they will basically be fizzling out every Xbox One console apart from the X. They want to keep that console around for a bit more longer, and then maybe within the 4th year, they kind of just gonna go full on with Series S and the X. With their sort of manufacturing aspects. It's also taken into account, by the way, that Xbox has spent a shit ton of money when it comes to hardware, right? Within their consoles, right? They've made the Xbox One, they made the Xbox One S, they've made the SAD edition, they made the X, and they're making the Series S and the Xbox One Series X. That's 6 consoles within the span of, 8 years, presumably? Something like that? So,
yeah.
do you think Microsoft are wanting to sell? Like, do you think Microsoft are willing to sell the Series the X, at the same price as the PS5, which would be $400? No, they will want to keep, again, because they got the 2 SKUs. As long as one of them is selling, they're fine. So that's how it's going down. And
I also heard rumors about how the Series S is actually not supposed to have any disk drive in it, and that's perfect for.
Oh,
well, whatever it is,
whatever it is,
whether it's all digital, whether it's all digital, or whether it's not, whether it's physical and digital, right? It is
so
the case
S
where
is actually the Lockhart, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Lockhart was already going to be an all-digital system, but a lot of people thought that the Lockhart was the original S, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, again, like,
it's weird.
The bottom line of it is that console is the lower SKU, the lower price SKU, in which people will, again, if a mum goes in the supermarket and wants to get an Xbox for their kid, right? And it's a sense of, they don't want to spend $500 on a brand new console, which is the Series X, and that, I think that's going to be the price of the X, which seems about fair. They can go with that. And it's a sense of, if I would not be surprised if the way they sort of justify that console, the Series S, is a sense of bundling it with a Game Pass, where you get like maybe a month or two. And again, it's a sense of, imagine that, right? Series S, right? $300, maybe $350 with Game Pass, right? You get that. You have how many games, whatever it is, on Game Pass at that point in time. And, you just end that, put it in, start playing. It's like, wow, okay, that's awesome. Brilliant. That gets them hooked into the ecosystem of Xbox. Whereas, if you want the 4K aspects, right, and whatever frames it will theoretically do on whatever game, you go for the X. Or, again, if you want the exclusive aspects, you go for the, again, like, you've got the PlayStation.
Do you not think this is a little bit too confusing out the gate?
No.
I mean, yeah, it is, yeah, but again, that's what Xbox are doing right now. They're treating their thing as an ecosystem. They're treating it as like the iPhone, right? The iPhone every year brings out 3 versions of their phone, right? They're doing somewhat similarity to that, where they're like, hey, listen, there's going to be, like the Samsung,
but
right?
if
Samsung,
you already have the Xbox One X, why the fuck would you buy the S?
Well, because again, like, it's a cheaper price, and it's a sense of, if you haven't bought an Xbox for your kid or whatever it may be, it's a good entry price, right? And again, it gets them into the ecosystem at a reasonable, what is it? That's what I should say. It gets people into the ecosystem at a good entry price. That's how they're looking at it. Like I'm saying, bro, like, you look at Samsung, right? Samsung brought out the S20, right? The S20L or XL, and then they brought out the S20 Ultra, right? 3 fucking phones. Why are you bringing out them? And again, there's small set differences, but again, it's a sense of, you can do 100 zoom on the Ultra, and there's some other things within the camera. But theoretically, would you purchase, or was it a 1,500 phone just for that? No, but will people do it? Yes. Same with iPhone. No, it'll be the same, where you have the iPhone E, the iPhone, whatever it's called, and the iPhone XL. That's what Xbox are doing right now. They're treating their shit as an ecosystem and an evergreen system, which is what people call, again, phones in a sense, right? Or the marketing aspect within phones is the evergreen system. And as we've been seeing, right, with the Pro, right? A mid-gen upgrade, right? This is the first time we've seen like how a console has theoretically done something which mobile phones have done, where they've upgraded it a little bit. Will we get this more often? I don't know, but I can tell you right now that with Xbox having the S and the X, there's a very small margin that they'll make a pro version of that console, whereas PlayStation, there is a massive chance that they'll be making a pro version of their console.
Okay, well, look, Adam, it's been real. I got animated watch and a peanut butter jelly sandwich to make. Jordan, thank you for showing up for the debate. It was nice.
No problem.
Nice discussing these different topics with you. Adam, as
Same.
always, it's been a pleasure. We will be here tomorrow to talk about probably some of the same topics that we drifted off talking about, but we do have some other topics to talk about. I got probably about 3 more to fucking write down. I know something happened with I know you guys heard about the Nintendo shit. We knew that shit was gonna happen with the
What's not a hack?
No. We're gonna talk about that too, but the PC and the Mario 64 PC port.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I knew they were gonna take it down, bro. They acted very quickly, but like I said, bro, if they make a remake to Mario 64, I'm definitely getting a Switch. I cannot wait to play Mario 64 again, and it looks like Mario Galaxy graphics or some shit like that.
They've got to do something, man, because again, after Animal Crossing, man, they haven't got really much going for themselves until.
Well, they're ready for next year.
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah.
But again,
so
right now,
they're gonna do the pro shit. That's good, but I'm being honest. Don't drop the pro in the same year that these two giants are about to go head to head, because you're sending a wrong message that you want to compete if that's not what you really want to do. So you do what you did last time, drop your system in a year or 2-3 years away from them and claim you're doing something different because it works for you.
It depends on how they answer it, man. If they answer it with the Pro and Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, man, that's them answering that aspect. If they don't, then they're kind of just thinking in the sense of... I
don't know if that'll be enough. It all depends on what Sony does.
Well, I mean, they did drop Zelda Breath of the Wild, with the Switch against Horizon, man. Look what happened there, bro.
I just can't wait to see what that new Forza looks like. I want to see if that shit's going to blow people away.
Well, Gran Turismo is not going to be a launch title. It's being confirmed. That was obvious.
But I will be playing Sport again on a PS5. I know that shit's going to look pretty.
Alright.
Well, guys, I need you to be safe. I know it's late at night anyway, but still be safe. We will see you tomorrow at 2:00 p.m. East Coast time. To talk about this week's amazing gaming topics. I'm about to go watch some more Inuyasha.
PlayStation's taking off, man. It's gonna fly.
Yeah, I think a lot of people should not mistake PlayStation's quietness for any type of weakness.
I'm saying my PlayStation 4 is gonna take off. It's literally it's jet engine right now.
It's alright. It's alright. It'll fly you to the fucking moon. It's alright.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Isn't that amazing though, Adam? That shit gets so loud, but it never fucking breaks on you. Like,
well, but dude, whenever a PlayStation 4 theoretically gets to the point of overheating, it shuts down. It has a safety mechanism where it shuts down completely and then reshoots itself. So
that's fucking dope. Yeah. I've had problems with the PS4 where it basically just fixes itself. You know, fucking crazy.
It is what it is. I mean, you know, that's one thing I don't like about. I mean, I don't mind it with. Again, I'm not fussed by the whole jet engine on PlayStation, but it is that sense of like it does get a bit loud and like it shouldn't do.
Well, I think we all talked about it long enough. They certainly made sure that was one of the things the PS5 won't be doing.
That's what's it. See, I just closed the application on Modern Warfare. It shuts up. It's like I don't know what it is with Modern Warfare. But it just Modern Warfare, man. It's like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Nah, it's like nah. I'm gonna take off, bro. I don't like this game. It's like
well, you know, The Last of Us could do it.
Yeah, I know. Well. I mean, I'll be surprised if it didn't. Yeah, I mean, they probably will do. Yeah, it definitely will do. Is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, you know.
Well, it must be what, like 3 o'clock over there, 2 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes past 3. Yeah.
God damn. Well, guys,
it's like 11:30 a.m. here.
Well, I'm getting the fuck out.
Whereabouts are you, by the way?
Where am I?
Yeah, just country.
Australia.
All right, man. Yeah. How is it over in Australia anyway? Though, you know.
Oh, with CV. Is that what you mean?
Well, that and I mean, at the beginning of the year, before fucking COVID, you had the whole fucking bushfires, didn't you?
We got the bushfires under control, and where I am, we haven't had a case of COVID in I think like 12 days or 13 days. I lost count already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprisingly, we've actually handled that well. So, yeah.
Okay,
right,
everybody.
I'm gonna bounce
out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Good debating. See you.